Like and subscribe right now or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week. Let's face it, we live in a capitalist society. Everyone is trying to sell you something, from hairbrushes to groceries and everything in between. Each vendor has a different price, style, quality of material used, and so forth. However, with so many different brands to choose from, eventually one will become the most popular. If the other brands do not change something to compete, they will eventually go out of business. This is only one of the many reasons businesses will go out of business. With that in mind, please enjoy this list of stores that no longer cater to the needs of the people. Number 11. Ames. Before Walmart became one of the most popular retail stores in America, there was Ames. Founded in 1958, Ames was a beloved retail store that had it all, from electronics to clothing items, dinner options to wine selections, and more. The store also had special discounts on their items, attracting many customers over the years. Ames was based in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, and at its peak, it had over 700 stores in 20 different states, including the Northeast, Upper South, Midwest, and the District of Columbia. The retail chain had an amazing run of 44 years before filing for bankruptcy in 2002 due to creditors failing to pay their debts. Number 10. Chess King. If you were a young man in need of a good suit for a date or perhaps a wedding in the 1970s, you would find yourself in Chess King. This menswear store was actually founded by a traveling salesman in 1968. This salesman researched the market for menswear, finding it to be a perfectly profitable business. And he also noted that, at the time, young boys and men enjoyed chess and auto racing. Chess King opened in the Dedham Mall in Dedham, Massachusetts in March of 1968, before expanding to 500 locations across the country. After a run of 24 years, the company began to struggle before closing completely in 1995. Number 9. Delia's. Women in their 30s will fondly remember this next pick as the store they chose for their teen fashion needs. Delia's was a mall outlet founded in 1993 by two Yale graduates. It sold women's and girls' apparel, as well as cosmetics and room furnishings for every young girl's needs. Delia's became popular with college women as their clothing options were affordable for college-aged females with little finances. The use of a website to cater its products also helped boost its popularity. However, the company began to struggle as other brands, such as Forever 21, grew in popularity and recognition, and eventually Delia's filed for bankruptcy in 2014. The products Delia sold are now only available through a parent website of Dolls Kill. Number 8. Dress Barn. In a society where more women were entering the workforce, Rosalind Jaffe saw an opportunity to better equip those women to look their best at their job. This led to the birth of Dress Barn in 1962, a women's work apparel store dedicated to wowing the bosses of the working women. The store's popularity took off as Dress Barn expanded into a chain of over 650 stores across the country, with a run of 57 years in the business. In 2019, due to low traffic, financial losses, and bad business all around, the retail chain closed down and can now only be found online. Number 7. E.J. Corvette. One of the greatest innovating businesses of its time, E.J. Corvette was a discount department store chain founded in 1948. As a displacement to the 5 and dime stores. Taking the regular price of an item and cutting it down by a third, the store managed to be a better alternative to its competitors. In fact, several lawsuits instigated by Macy's and others tried to stop Corvette in its tracks, but instead brought more popularity and success to the Corvette name. The prices were so low, the competitors believed them to be illegal. The chain was also the first ever to give membership cards to its shoppers, encouraging them to return and buy more products for even lower prices. However, the chain failed to manage its success, thus ending a 32-year run when the company filed for bankruptcy. Number 6. Frank's Nursery and Crafts. In 1957, a man named Frank Scher in the city of Detroit noticed that people preferred to purchase flowers instead of the high-priced coffee that he offered in a market store that he owned. Seeing the profits from the plants he sold were higher than the coffee, Frank opened a plant nursery that sold annuals, perennials, trees, and other plants, along with garden tools such as spades, shovels, and rakes. The nursery grew in popularity over the years, and Frank's Nursery and Crafts grew to 170 stores across 14 states in the 47 years it operated. A rapidly declining economy, however, shook the chain in its final years, forcing the company to file for bankruptcy in 2004 due to it being unable to pay its creditors. Number 5. Golfsmith International. Golfsmith was a retail store dedicated to giving golfers across the world the best equipment for their golfing needs. Based in Austin, Texas in 1967, the retail chain grew to be one of the largest in the country, as well as having stores around the world. The chain began as a catalog-based selling company started by Carl, Paul, and his wife in their home in Edison, New Jersey, before moving to Austin after being joined by Paul's brother Frank. The company grew in popularity, expanding to over 100 stores in 20 different states in the USA alone as of 2014. However, due to crippling debt to many vendors, Golfsmith liquidated its assets and was bought by Dick's Sporting Goods in 2016, ending a 49-year run. Number 4. Handy Andy. It's hard to imagine life without the home improvement giants such as Lowe's and Home Depot. But did you know that even these giants had a predecessor? The Handy Andy Home Improvement Center, which was originally named the Arrow Lumber Company, was founded in 1947 in Chicago, Illinois, by Joseph Rashkow. The company remained a single-store operation until Rashkow's son Ronald bought the business from his father in 1967. Ronald changed the name to Handy Andy and installed its first expansion in 1971, and the company's growth really took off after that. It expanded to over 70 stores in 7 states, selling lumber, hardware, home decor, lawn and garden, and other home improvement items. The slogan of the chain described the highlight of its life: Handy Andy, you've got it made. However, it did not last. Handy Andy filed for bankruptcy in 1996 due to debt and being outpaced by the very same home improvement stores we shop at today. Number 3. Hollywood Video. Great struggles can create great ideas, and Hollywood Video is no different. Mark Waddell struggled financially in 1984, and he and his wife would use a VCR as low-budget entertainment. This created an idea in Waddell's mind where he could cater to people who were also financially challenged using videos. Hollywood Video opened in 1988 with 300 different films to choose from. By 1993, the company had gone public and operated 16 stores. From there, it continued to grow, reaching 117 stores in 1995. The store was the only one that could hold its own against Blockbuster, a much larger video rental chain that tried multiple times to buy Hollywood Video out, failing each time. However, Hollywood Video eventually was bought out, not by Blockbuster, but by Movie Gallery in 2005. By the time Hollywood Video closed its doors due to the popularity of DVDs and online streaming services, it had over 3,000 stores, 1,900 of which were still open at the time of Hollywood Video's closure. Number 2. Hudson's Department Store. For the people of Detroit, Michigan, there wasn't a department store that was greater than the one located at Woodward Avenue in downtown. Hudson's origins were actually humble in comparison to its golden years, opening in 1881 by Joseph Lothian Hudson, the same person who started the Hudson Motor Car Company that eventually became Chrysler. The retail store grew from the Detroit Opera House to a 25-story building, making it the tallest retail store of its time. A giant flag of the United States of America proudly hung on the front of the building. What made Hudson stand out from other retail stores was their return policy, accepting returns from several years from the original date of purchase, as long as the customer never used the product. Executives claimed it was a small price to pay for customer loyalty. The retail store's legacy of 102 years is an impressive feat. But the store would have continued longer had not the demographic change in downtown Detroit and the economic decline of the 1960s affected the store so much. Therefore, Hudson's was forced to close in 1983. The flagship store was destroyed in 1998 to consolidate space in downtown. Before we go on to our number 1, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you do not miss a video from this channel. Number 1. Kaufman's Department Store. Like the one previously mentioned, this department store is deeply rooted in Pittsburgh's history. Kaufmann's was founded in 1871 by Morris, Jacob, and Isaac Kaufmann, three brothers that had immigrated to America from Germany. The store initially was a small South Side department store in the city, but moved to downtown to the flagship store in 1877. The flagship became an icon in the city, becoming Pittsburgh's largest department store with 13 floors and covering an entire city block. The most noticeable feature of the building, however, was the large clock placed on the corner of the building. This clock became a place where people would meet, with the phrase "Meet me under Kaufmann's clock" becoming very popular with the people of Pittsburgh. After a run of 135 years and 59 stores in 5 states, the company was bought by Macy's, although many of Kaufmann's traditions, such as Santaland, remained intact, as well as the building and clock. When Macy's closed in 2015, it sold the Kaufmann's flagship building to Core Realty of Philadelphia, a renovations company. The Core renamed the building to Kaufmann's Grand on 5th, in honor of the Kaufmann's legacy. That's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. Also, be sure to take a look at the other 2 videos on your screen. Until next time!